Hey guys, LJ here, and sitting outside in beautiful nature brings me to want to talk to you about how can just being in nature be an amazing form of meditation, right? And we don't even have to sit on a pillow, we don't even have to close our eyes, we don't have to do anything formal, but being in nature is full of elements that help us be in a state of meditation just by choice, right? So some of what I see about how nature helps us be more present, for instance, which is one of the things we're going for with meditation, just being able to drop into our moments and be in our moments, more in our senses, more tuned into the sounds, to what's around us, and letting those sounds and what's around us bring us more into the moment, more present, more mindful, which turns out just feels better for us humans to be more present in our moments and to be even absorbed in our moments, and letting those sounds, those sensations, those sights really fill up our attention and bring us more present and into the moment more vividly, more awesomely. So building and growing that presence is one of the main things I see, one of the best things I see that we get from our time in nature, right? And we also get tuned into a different sense of energy, right? And we really notice that we get grounded, we might call it, when we spend time in nature and when we actually get more out on the earth and outside of the buildings and away from the technology, right? So nature also has this very soothing, calming energy for us, this almost reconnecting sense that we get just by being out in the nature without even trying to make it that. But as we become more aware of what we're getting from our time in nature, how it's reconnecting us and how it's even shifting our energy, right? To be around those plants, those animals, that fresh air, that sunshine, and again, to let our attention, our awareness, our focus really get soaked up in the beauty of our moment. It's going to also make it even that much more beautiful of a meditation, right? But also being in nature, part of what makes something meditation is that this focus that we're getting, this beauty around us, also puts us in a state so that we are also listening to ourselves a little bit differently, right? And it gives us a chance and a place to listen to ourselves and to hear what sorts of thoughts are coming through even when we're in nature, right? So it gives us that time with ourselves to reconnect, tune into what is happening for us, and we get to bring in that non-judgment as we're doing that listening and noticing when we're in nature. But then we also have that nature to help us remember to be even more present and to even use the elements of nature to help us quiet that mind more, right? Which is what we hear about with meditation, like, wow, could you really quiet your mind? And I see that even if just seconds at a time, our mind is quieting, whether we do it on purpose with some of the tricks and tools and technologies we can learn with ourselves, like just deciding to listen to the sounds more, for instance, like letting the sights soak up our attention, like deciding to focus our attention on something. That's really what meditation is. So when you decide to listen to that bird song, for instance, that gives you a place to focus and does kind of take you out of those thoughts and gives you a chance to quiet that mind, right? So we can do some of those simple things. There's more ideas, but often just being in that nature, right, helps us quiet that mind in between the time that we're also getting to listen to ourselves, right? So both of those elements are so reconnecting, right, and refreshing and renewing, to have time to reconnect, to have ways to quiet and to let nature really do that for us, right? The beauty, the elements, and even what we're learning and feeling as we look around at those plants and animals and how we remember we're also connected. Sometimes we get lessons from nature, being in nature, right? So that's an awesome, another rad part of being in nature, right? As another way that is just a great form of meditation, to get into nature of any form. It could be some beautiful, amazing place, or it could just be the simplest of things, right? Just stepping outside of our doors at home. But yeah, nature, rad form of meditation, super important for us these days, it turns out, in our high-tech, busy world and lifestyles. So yeah, fit it in, build it in, enjoy that nature, and know that just being in nature is an amazing form of meditation. And then we can add some of our playful tools and techniques to get even more of that meditative experience and to leave the nature time, right, feeling even more refreshed, reconnected, and ready to be in that mode of enjoying our moments, being present, being able to quiet, and also being tuned into ourselves, right, in that place of non-judgment and ready to enjoy what's next, right, the adventures ahead. So yeah, I love sharing the good news with you Thanks for listening. I'm here to help if you want any boosts in your practices, and just even remembering how easy it can be to do things like meditation. Just being in nature is a great example. All right? Enjoy, you guys. Happy day out there. Namaste.